Hello, hello, my very dear friends around the world. How are you today? Hope all is good. I'm great, and I'm back in my studio, Warsaw, Poland. And I had a plan today for you. I wanted to review actually DeepMind 12 synthesizer. I think it's a great machine. I call it a drone machine, but you know what? That's actually gonna happen next time. Because iZotope has just released its Neutron 4, and as you might already know, I'm not a huge fan of this product. I don't think that all the auto AI-like functions of Neutron really help you mixing. And yeah, the producer says it's intelligent again. So whenever there's anything intelligent in a plugin, in any audio software, well, I'm there, because if it's intelligent, I'd like to have a conversation with it. So let's go for it and see what happens. Good. But jokes aside, well, at least for a while, I mean, iZotope's products are great in general. For example, RX, that has been a breakthrough since its very beginnings, and until today it's the most competitive, the most complete restoration suite out there. For example, iZotope reverbs are great, and some other stuff, but well, I would not count Neutron in to this group, if you ask me. Anyway, let's take a look at the producer's website. Assistant view, generally the view is different, I would say. It's more streamlined, it's more compact and minimalistic somehow, I think. Target library, dynamically match the tone of your track to a sample or stem using the new target library. Okay, so this is like this tonal balance. FabFilter Pro Q does it quite well. I think this is something like it. Unmask module, yes, that's what's needed. Neutron has always got issues with that part, that's for sure. Trash is inside Neutron right now. I'm not gonna use it, probably punch it up. Okay, so this is additional punch in the compressor tone. Okay, that's it. And this is our session for today's purposes. And it's a track I wrote for a game trailer. I haven't technically sold the rights to it, so I can play it to you. It's more or less mixed, and that's what we're gonna work with today. The fact that you see me dancing while sitting, it's not like I'm doing this for the show. Guys, I'm really doing this all the freaking time in the studio, and I recommend it because we have to sit so much, right? And okay, so it's kind of mixed. I made a loop from the most intense part that needed most mixing. There's some mastering section. I'm gonna take this mastering section actually off. So you're not gonna see this technical EQ, you're not gonna see Theory doing some auto balancing, you're not gonna see my Magenta 5 EQ, then some imaging using Ozone by iZotope. There's also gonna be no mastering compression and no limiting. That's all gonna be off, but the general mix is there. And I'm gonna save this copy that I have here that's already mixed. I'm gonna render this loop, and then I'm gonna work with Neutron to see how Neutron's gonna mix it for me. So I'm gonna remove some of the EQing and compression I did on tracks and buses. And then we're gonna compare. Let's go. And actually what I'm gonna do is that I'm not gonna compare track by track. I'm gonna compare the whole mix if it's there, because, well, separating the tracks doesn't tell us much. It's the process of mixing, so it needs always context of the whole thing. And I'm ready to simply start. And it looks the way that I've got some EQing here. I also got some EQing and soothe here, and I've got saturation and double stage compression here, I think. And you know what? I'm gonna make it maybe easier for Neutron, so I'm gonna leave the channel EQ and soothe 2 on. And we're gonna take care only of this, of the bus. Let's go. Okay, continue in trial mode. And where's this mixing assistant? Play audio to get started. Okay, this is straightforward. The visuals on the screen are at least as spacey as the music itself, and what it did: punch, distort width. Sculptor did something like this, equalizer did something like this, compressor, two compressors, and an exciter after compression. Let's take a listen. I promised I won't compare track by track. It's too harsh, too bright. And sorry, this is exactly the problem I used to have with previous versions of Neutron. This is not a good sign for me, but okay. Now we have Balalaikas sound assistant. He exposed the lower mids. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, but the tone of it generally is kind of fine, let's say. And let's leave it here. Here I've got small plucked section. Okay, that's risky. Let's get back to this assistant. Other. Let's make it synth pad. Maybe. What's this punch? Let's tweak this. Hey, this distortion is nice. I'm not gonna tweak it now, but I like it. And retro tape, warm tube, okay, tone, width, of course I'm not gonna... Hey, it's not that bad. I mean, if it's manual, if I can tweak everything manual, I mean, it's a sweet, okay. But I'm strictly interested in the intelligent part. Okay, let's leave it here. And then we've got keys. No, I mean just no. And let's say this is piano. The electric piano algorithm curve is totally not there. I'm sorry, you cannot muffle the high end like this all the time. There are different kinds of electric pianos. What is electric piano? This is Rhodes Mark I, Mark II. This is Wurlitzer. This is clavinet and a lot of other stuff. Like, no, bad approach. He exposed tops very much while trying to lower the lows in the dynamic mode. I'm against it, but okay. He is making everything painfully bright. And he should be able to choose the curve, the algorithm himself to detect it. He doesn't. And let's say this is brass, lower register of brass instrument, let's say. no, I shouldn't say this, but I have a feeling that's not gonna sound good. Sorry. Same story, like adding this up is going to be totally harsh and painful for human ears. I mean, this is bass. You didn't get it, right? Yeah. First in Sculptor, he's taking away some of the mids, and then the second stage is Equalizer, he's adding it up. What's this? Like, do nothing and don't touch it instead of doing something like this. It serves no purpose. Compressor. This compressor doesn't touch the peaks. Why is it here? I have really a problem understanding this. But okay, you know, okay, let's just do it to the very end. Drums. Same story. I'm gonna leave some additional EQing I did for him, so it's gonna be maybe easier. He detected it as snare. Nice. Drums. Is that to be supposed to be a starting point for me, really? Like, okay, so I'm gonna now turn it all off and start to the very raw sound of the drums, because if this is the starting point, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna remove it all. Yeah, it is a starting point anyway, fixing bad stuff that hasn't been there. Okay, I'm gonna compare to the very raw version. Exactly. If anything like this happens, I don't want it to happen at all. Like, it's a huge mistake, not a starting point. Like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to keep myself in one piece. And now we're gonna do the thing that we're gonna put relay plugin everywhere. So we're gonna be able to mix the things in context, because this is also what Neutron is supposed to do for us. Maybe then things will get better. All right, I've learned I need no relay plugin. It's enough to have Neutron everywhere I've got it, and then visual mixer. And I've got already the list of tracks, and now I press Mix Assistant. And I press begin, and I assist all the tracks that are here that I chose. And now, of course, the main leads are going to be my focus, this melody. Tam, tam, taram, tam. And now, let's begin listening and see what happens. Go to results. What? I mean, stop. Bass. Drums are simply percussion. Keys are musical. Main leads are focus, musical. What? I mean, I'm not gonna compare this with this Mix Assistant, because it's gonna be so bad for Neutron. So you know what? I'm just gonna kindly remove it. And I'm gonna render this, and this is what I'm going to compare against my manual version, but I'm sorry, iZotope. It's not there, really, it's not there. The last thing I'd like to try is this unmasking thing. This still might help somehow. So actually, we're gonna use it on bass and drums. It's being advertised as this kick bass solution on the website of a producer. Fix muddy mixes in seconds. Yeah, balancing your bass and kick. You know, I'm gonna make it easier for him. I'm gonna really play only the kick. No, sorry, it doesn't make too much sense. I'm sorry. I'm not simply gonna use it because it's gonna spoil things even more. Okay, I've got it here. Looks like this. The levels are more or less matched. That's the final thing. Let's take a listen. This thing doesn't know what it's doing. It's way too bright. It's all messed up, not in a cool way. There are some very harsh spikes somewhere between highs and the mids. The low end is gone. And Neutron did not give me anything like a starting point. I gave it to myself. And even if there was no EQ on anything I did, I suppose that still that would be better than the Neutron version. So, yeah, let's sum the things up. It's not going to be pleasant, iZotope. Do you remember maybe this little hilarious thing called Microsoft Songsmith? It was an AI-like thing supposed to write music for vocals a cappella, and there was a shitload of funny, really funny videos what Microsoft Songsmith is doing to very popular pop or rock songs. And I mean, guys, hey Neutron people, hey iZotope people, do not be Songsmith of the pro audio world. I mean, the way your suite is doing auto mixing can be a matter of jokes only, if you ask me, sorry to say. But it's extremely bad. It's the same inefficient. It doesn't understand what it does. It doesn't make anything easier to start. Doesn't make any reasonable starting points, and I have a really serious proposal for you. You're gonna finally make it work, or you're just gonna quit it, because it is discouraging me personally from buying things from you, because people doing and marketing things like that, well, there's something wrong with them. And please don't do it anymore, because this is bad. I mean, your suite as suite for mixing is cool. The compressor there is probably fine. The exciter, trash module, and etc. Yeah, it's cool, but the auto intelligence stuff is dumb. Its IQ is below 20, I would say. So please, have mercy on us. And guys, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope your music's gonna be always well mixed. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Take care.